Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising. What's going on? Yeah. We back. Got another one on this wonderful morning. Yeah, it's crisp. You know what I'm saying? The rain and stopped. When it's Wednesday morning, the rain and stopped. Whatever. Well, it's trying to stop. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling it's gonna start back or not. So what's up? What's going on, Jacktown? Jackson. Y'all know what's happening. What's going on, yo? Everything good? Got a little morning joke, you know what I'm saying? Yo, so what we gonna talk about today, Jackson? Yo, look here. Hey, a lot of things going on. Still things going on, always going on, you know what I'm saying? Yo, first thing I want to talk about is big ups to those to that father and son team downtown at the Ferry Street trying to get that together, making big moves on that. Shout outs to them. I want to see that be successful. You know, um, hopefully we get down there and patronize some of the business down there, and just kind of enjoy the ambiance of walking the sidewalks and things of that nature. You know, so big ups to that. I'm glad that that's going on because we need to have something more. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean that's overdue. That's overdue, and we can't let other people come from other places and come in and pour money into this into our communities when we can do it ourselves. This is called taking over your community. You know, and that right there is an example of what I always talk about in my videos. We have to set the example and do this thing for ourselves. You know, we can't expect Congress and the president, the city council and the mayor, the governor and the board of supervisors to come in and do our and do this for us. We gotta do this for ourselves. We gotta raise this money ourselves. We gotta do this ourselves, Jackson. We gotta do this ourselves. We can't let nobody come in from other communities and do this and do this. Others from other communities, that's where they want to get control. We need to have control of our own stuff. And that right there is a prime example of the brothers getting together and trying to implement something so they can have, for us, the residents. We're not saying we're not welcoming nobody, but all we're saying is that we want control over what we do. That's what that statement said. So let's just keep that real right there. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a wonderful thing. I think it's a wonderful thing. You know, I'm telling you, folks gonna get shook after a while. They're gonna get shook. I'm telling you, these a lot of these high officials, they're gonna get shook. Everybody that's trying to control Jackson is gonna get shook when the people start moving and grooving. Wood Street already showed y'all, they ain't having it. How many more gonna stand up? How many more? I mean, let's keep that a buck. That's the indication right there. If Wood Street can do it, yo, beware. Beware, officials. Because the people is coming. The people is coming. Yeah. So, we just trying to, every only thing we trying, like I said, only thing we trying to do is get control of the community, and you know, and but one thing I do like is that the city council, everybody's on board. Everybody's on board. They on board. Now, is he on board with this nine member committee for the water? Mm-mm. They're not on board with that. They're not on board with that. And the thing is that I agree with a lot of the council members when they said it is unheard of that this municipality doesn't have control over their water. We talked about that yesterday. I'm just going to be the buck. We don't got control over our water. Why is that? Is it so jacked up? Is it so jacked up at Public Works? They got to have a committee. Okay, question. All right, Jackson, leave me a comment. Question. Will they build a committee that's going to be over the whole entire city of Jackson in terms of the public works, not just the water, the whole public works, parks department, bridges and drainage, sewer, all that mess over there at Michael Avalon, all that over there on Michael Avalon. Is they gonna have a committee for that? That's next. Watch. But my question is this. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna plant this one because this right here is it's a question that my overall question. I'm not questioning. I'm not asking you a question, but my question is just out there. I'm gonna throw this one out there. What type of effectiveness is this nine-member gonna have? Is they gonna be fighting? Is somebody gonna be in their back pockets? What's going on? What all that means? That's my question. Why are they so up in arms with putting a committee up and not handing it back to Jackson? That's another question. It don't make sense to me. Some don't make sense. And if the city council, somebody on that city council, I don't know. I'm not gonna say, but I'm thinking somebody on that city council knows something. Somebody on that council knows something. They know some stuff, and they not the reason why they're not with it because they know something else. It's finna come down that pipeline. This right here is too much, and you just throwing. Come on, you just throwing this on a resident. I ain't feeling that. I ain't feeling that. I ain't feeling that. They just throwing. Is they throwing that? Is they just throwing this on the residents? But I tell you this: if you keep showing up and showing out and showing off, something gonna happen. Something gonna change because I'm not understanding. I'm still not understanding. I'm still not. Look, I'm gonna land my plane on that one. Later I'm landing my plane on that one because it's just this is way. That's just way out of That's above my pay grade to understand. But one thing I can tell you this: there's something down coming down that pipeline. I'm done. I'm done. 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 But anyway, so yeah, well, I just wanna, I'm just, I wonder how that thing went with with the attorney Jody Owens yesterday. I wonder how that turned out. I really want to know how did that turn out. I didn't hear anything as of yet about that mess. Because Chukwueze Lumumba Jr. and Aaron Banks is next. They next. They next in line for this, to get it. But I ain't. Once again, I'm gonna say it again. I say it once. I say it again. I don't think them cats. I don't think the Feds gonna take a L on this one. And the Feds was in the dead wrong. The Feds was in the dead wrong with that. The Feds was in the dead wrong for that one. You know. Yeah. So, but anyway, I see our new chief of police on the job. See, she doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? She rocking with the press conferences and making, making statements, things of that nature about what's going on, about, different things that's going on in Jackson, whether it's negative, positive, whatever. She's coming in and she's doing her job, I see. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. She gonna grow into this. She gonna grow into this. I just hate that, what I'm saying? I just hate that, I just hope, but let me say this. I just hope that the crime rate, the homicide rate rather, stay down. I hope she can put her knee on the neck of the homicide rate and keep it down. I don't know. She might be getting some advice from the other former chiefs of police. Maybe she is. Maybe she's not. I don't know. Maybe her experiences from outside. Maybe her advisors. Maybe she got some advisors from outside that's going to probably help. But I'm quite sure she probably is getting some type of advice. Some advice from um, the other former chiefs and everything like that about different things and other police officers or whatever the case may be. But like I said, only time's gonna tell with with her. But so far so good, So I ain't tripping. I ain't trying to. Ain't nobody hating on nobody. You know what I'm saying? And none of that. Because like I said, I want this city to move forward. Move forward. Come up out of the stagnation that has been in for the past 100 years. Come up out of the stagnation, and let the city and grow and let the city grow. I'm telling you, I'm not knocking. I don't talk now. I don't like talking. I don't talk negative about nobody. But I'm gonna say this: some of the older heads need to go. That's in positions. They need to get out of it. They need to go about their business. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times it puts a halt on the vision, on the future vision that is being, um, that's being strategized. Plans that's being strategized. It puts a halt on that because they set in their ways and they don't want to change. A lot of some of the old heads need to come about off their positions. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, you know what I'm saying, but some of them experience is wanted. It's definitely needed. Rather, it's needed. And some, like we always say, you win some, you lose some. But but all in all, I just hope that the city constantly keep growing and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? I wonder what's up with that farmers market. I know they have a lot of good things that's going on down there. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to visit the farmers market. Shout out to them because they is really trying to they really trying to do something. You know what I'm saying? Down at the farmers market. So you want to show them some support. You know, we need some support with the farmers market. You know, and it's a lot of other places. You know, like places that we should be supporting. You know, like those a lot of those food truck events with folks with their food trucks and things like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, show them some support. You know what I'm saying? Because it's utterly important. You know, it's utterly important. You know, so but yeah, so but anyway, but yeah, Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to kind of come up on here and kind of chop it for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Say what's up to everybody. You know, uh, I'm gonna be tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll be dropping. I'm gonna drop another video tomorrow, but like I said, I really want to get into a little bit more about that city council and about this water situation. I'm gonna try to see if I can gather up some more information, cause yo, this stuff is serious, man. It's serious. It's really serious, and we need to really have an open discussion about this. You know, what is that going to mean for everybody in the city of Jackson? What does that mean? You know? So, but all right. That's it for me. I got some work to do. I got some more work to do, and I'm gonna get off here. I just want to come on here for a little bit and kind of say what's up, give a shout out, you know, give a shout out to Jackson, to the Jackson, the Jackson residents. Shout out to all of the council members, and I hope they keep moving the city forward. And the mayor, don't forget the mayor. You know what I'm saying, Mayor Horn. You know what I'm saying. I'm shouting out to y'all because y'all really trying to make something happen. And saying shout out to shout out to all the local, all the local community leaders around Jackson and all the wards. Shout out to all of them. I don't know their names, so I'm gonna say shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's it for me. You know what I'm saying? Yo, leave me a comment, subscribe, share this out. You know what I'm saying? And we'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace.